We're at the Tourism Industry Day up at Mount Murray, and basically everyone involved in tourism is having a get-together here, the public and the private sectors. Interesting though, I can talk to the guys who look after the Isle of Man in the international light as such, James from London, the PR company involved. Is this a difficult sell?
No, the Isle of Man's got a huge amount to offer to any leisure travellers who are looking for a UK-based break, whether they are looking for some of the best heritage sites available in the UK, or whether they're looking for an outdoor adventure and the opportunity to go sea kayaking with basking sharks, to see grey seals breeding out on the island's cliffs, or indeed simply to take a leisurely stroll across the cliff tops.
Interesting there, no mention of bucket and spades. I mean, that is still a perception to a lot of people probably about the Isle of Man, the old days, the 60s and so on.
I think that's absolutely true, but I think at the same time that modern families looking for a break want even more now than they do from a bucket and spade. And we have to remember, of course, that the Isle of Man competes in an international market with other destinations that perhaps have got lower prices in some cases, even on airfares, although prices have fallen, of course, to the Isle of Man from the mainland. But the truth is we operate in an international context, and therefore we've got to really focus on the things that make us different and unique and really create a package that is differentiated.
Right. Well, we've got trike tours, we've got the segways, and we've got the electric bikes. Those sort of things, using the great outdoors, a bit like a New Zealand sort of way of selling tourism.
Well, that's absolutely right. All of the statistics show that outdoor and leisure tourism is one of the very big growth areas, and it's one that the Isle of Man is incredibly well positioned to take advantage of. And of course, from an industry perspective, there are businesses that we've seen crop up over the course of the last 12 months, 18 months, 2 years that are having formidable success by targeting that audience.
Yeah, the biggest problem, getting people here. Everyone will tell you the cost of airfares and then travel in general. Then there's lack of seats to the south of England and so on. Headaches for everyone on that sort of front, but what can you do about it? Nothing, up to you.
Well, I think there's an awful lot that can be done about it, of course. You know, one of the things that a lot of the travel providers really require is demand from their customers. Stimulating that demand will inevitably mean that more of the carriers simply feel that it's economic sense to lay on more methods of getting to the island, and I think there has been some success in that. But the simple truth is that there is a perception, yes, of cost being high, and that there have been a lower number of carriers. But the truth is that travellers by air to the island is up year on year. And actually there was a very good 2013 when it comes to air travellers coming to the island for leisure travel.
So how do you promote the Isle of Man? I mean, there's no television campaign at the moment. I mean, Jersey are still going with TV, although their numbers have been hit massively. I mean, in fact, they have a massive reorganisation down there in tourism. But do you want to get back on the box? Is that the way you see to get as much of the Isle of Man out there to the public?
TV advertising certainly has its place, but if you speak to any marketing director at any consumer brand right now, that they will tell you that they are looking at ways of shifting money from TV advertising into more cost-effective means of reaching their audiences, and whether that's using online and digital media, whether that's using social media as a method of reaching and continuing to engage people as potential customers, or indeed using tools such as PR. I think last year, as we've just told the industry, we generated coverage that's worth about £1.2 million if it had been in bought media, but actually editorial media delivered not just the same and greater amounts of space than perhaps TV might have done, but actually does so more cost effectively.
You are a PR company, I wouldn't expect anything else from you, but I mean, overall, you think the future's bright?
I think the future is very bright. As the industry's been hearing today from various of its representatives, there is a huge amount of investment. There is a real sense, I think, of partnership from the accommodation, the leisure providers across the island, and I think there is a very firm sense that people are working together to ensure that the Isle of Man is one of the leading destinations in the UK.